to do it because you don't want to have to be trying to hold it and do this at the same time. So I'm going to tear off a bunch. Okay. And then I'm just going to start taping it up, kind of trying to hold the form together. And I can push kind of hard on it in places that I feel like it's like sticking out too much. Hey y'all, can you keep it down a little bit? I'm trying to video and I need this video to be able to hear me. Thanks. Alright, so kind of just pushing it in. Hey, y'all, a little bit. You don't have to be completely quiet, but just a little bit quieter. Alright, so once I get that, I'm going to kind of want to make sure that I have a base that is going to work for it sitting on. So I'm kind of making it flatter on the bottom. Okay, like that. In the back. Okay, it's the back. That back outlet that's under the color wheel, yeah, and the other one. None of that's coming on anymore. We ran the coffee maker and the microwave at the same time, and it did it. Okay. All right, so we're getting it kind of just pushed in here. Like that. Okay, so once we've got that, and we've kind of determined what's the back and what's the front, which right now, it doesn't really make much difference, but...
It's fixed.
Oh, thank you.
The little power strip has a little switch on it.
Oh, I think I remember
it also
that
acts as a breaker, so...
Okay, thank you. All right, so once I've got that, then I'm going to do the head. So I am going to make kind of, might not need this much, so I'm going to take one of these pages like this and make a sphere. And we're not really worried about getting the nose yet. We're going to add that on, okay? So right now, we are literally just trying to get a ball kind of shape. Nicholas, come up here to see this, hon. Okay. So we're kind of getting this going like this. You weren't here yesterday either, right? Okay. So just have a seat. So we're just now putting on the head. Okay, so so far I've made like a cone shape for the body, and I've made like a sphere for the head. Nothing special about it yet, okay? I feel like that's a little small for the body that I have, so I may want to make that bigger, but I am going to also be kind of adding to it with some tin foil, but I like a little bit of a fuller face on the cat, so I'm going to take another like half sheet, and I want to kind of build mine out a little wider than it is. And really, I should have probably tested that before I used tape to worry about taping it up. Right now, I feel like this is too big, so as I'm doing the taping, I'm kind of pulling it to make it, crushing it to make it smaller. Balling it in there. Okay, and at this point, I'm going to start kind of pressing down. You see how it kind of looked like it's starting to be a side that's kind of coming out like the nose, and part that's kind of coming back. That could be like the back of the head. Kind of looks like a bear right now, actually. Okay, so that's a little better. Okay, and then I'm going to look at what I want the back to be, the part that comes down, and the front to be the part that goes straight. So I'm going to add that to that. So you kind of press this down a little bit to do that, and then you're just going to sit the head on there and tape it down. And you'll just put a couple of pieces to secure it, and then you can get it on there better after you've done that. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of wrap around here. Kind of tuck in and wrap around and seal. Okay. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build his legs onto the side. So I'm going to take a piece of newspaper, and we're talking about these little side legs, the like haunches that would make up his back legs. Okay, so I'm going to kind of loosely ball it on. I'm going to make 2 of those. And I'm going to go ahead and get a bunch of tape pulled out, so I'm not having to do that in between. Okay, I'm going to put that on to the side, so you got to make sure you're kind of on the side right now. And so that's one leg, and then I want to put, I'm going to use a little tin foil to make the paw down at the bottom. So it's just easier to get the tin foil kind of like balled up and flat on the bottom. You can just kind of rub it on the table, and that'll make it flat on the bottom. And I'm going to attach it right there. So just push that on right there and kind of work to tape it on.
Here it is. Thanks for your donations. I was able to buy this food today.
Okay, so that's that part. Okay, and then I'll do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to kind of secure this a little bit before I do it this time, because it's a little hard. I'm doing it like a little video demo so I can show people later. Did you need me? Or just...
I was just coming to check if you've got that file and which one
Oh,
I sent you,
okay.
and if I needed to send a different one.
Okay. I will check it unless you want to see if it's pulled up.
That might be nice for you to have on there.
Uh-huh.
There's your cat, fat or not fat. Okay, no, you need to make it like a little smaller.
Okay.
And it's like not proportional.
All right, so we're kind of getting that in there. Okay, get his other little foot. Smoosh the bottom. Put that right there. I actually don't think that's big enough.
I'm gonna go here.
Okay, thank you. Sometimes you have to like test it to get it, you know, big enough.
It's not bad. Just use it.
Okay. All right, and then I can keep using some masking tape to kind of make sure I am fixing the form a bit, because it can get a little out of shape. Okay, so there it is. Okay. All right. Then I want to do the little paw that comes up, the little raised paw. I'm going to take another piece. Probably like 1/4 of a piece. And this is going to be his little raised paw, so I want part of it to kind of be flat on the top, like that. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap it first, because I want it to be kind of thin right there at the edge of the paw.
I know what you told me. I'm gonna be like, don't worry. You can do whatever. I had shoulders.
Okay. And then I'm going to decide what side I want to attach it on. Now, the right side means wealth. The other side means good fortune or something. I put it on that side for this one, so I think I'm going to put it on this side for this one. So I have one of each. And I'm just going to make sure it's facing the right way. Just kind of balance it up on that leg right there. Just like that. And get it taped into place. Okay. So there's that. Okay. Next thing I want to do is ears. And I'm going to use foil for these. And so what I'm going to do is I want them to be kind of full back here and flat on the front. Okay. So I'm kind of making another cone. Instead of a flat shape, I'm kind of making a cone. You can even make them hollow like that if you want to. Okay, and then you got to decide how tall you want them. So you can like hit them down and pinch them down. Form them like that. That's that one. So tape it to the back, and then you can tape it to the front and the side. Kind of using littler pieces at this point to secure it on, like that. Okay. Internet's slow.
That might be what it is.
Okay. So I've got that, and then I will put the other one, again, a cone. Okay, and it's going to go like right there. I need to make it a little bigger to be the same as the other one.
Oh.
He's trying to go up like he can't go anywhere.
I know. See, I don't like stuff like that either. I don't like stuff.
Okay. And it'll go like right there. And a little bit on the bottom. A little bit more of a... There we go. Okay, so like that. Alright, other ear on. Oops.
Yeah, I know y'all got some. No, that's the only one you can tell. Nah, recent picture. But I'm sure I'm going to see something.
Almost. Okay. Kind of push that in, push that up, push that down. All right, so from here, you've kind of got that, but it's looking a little flat on the back of his head. So sometimes what I do after I've done that is kind of make a little bit more volume on the back of his head, like that. And then I'm going to show you how to make his face. Okay, so that's going to give him a little more volume on the back of his head, like that. Okay, now for the face, you're done, you just lay it over there. I'm going to make a little cone shape like this, okay, to put right there on his face. You're fine. Okay. And then I'm going to make two, like, little spheres to put underneath the cone. Kind of roughly the same size to make this little front part of his face. Show you when I get them on there. Okay, so now we've got that little part that makes that shape and these little parts that make the front of the face. Okay? And so from that, you would just take your masking tape and kind of anywhere that it doesn't look like flattened down or fixed, you would want to do that. kind of sure it up a little bit. I'm going to make kind of a little bit of an indentation here where his paw is. So I'm going to be pulling on it a bit so that his paw, the indentation of his paw shows. You see how I pulled that to shape that right in there? I'm going to do that same thing, like right over there. And right there. Okay. Come across this nose a bit. Around this paw just a little bit more.
Because you know he wasn't saying out loud, he was whispering in your ear. I know somebody can be
Make sure I've like bent that where it's coming down the way I want to. Okay. And that is how we do that. Okay, you can stop it.